Hello, and welcome to this brand new bug of the day, focusing on Naegleria Fowleri, which has been sensationally become known as the brain-eating amoeba. To start off, I'm Micah. I'll be giving this first half of the presentation, and yeah. So it is a free-living protist, making it a member of the eukaryotic family, kingdom, I should say. And it is the only species of Naegleria known to infect human beings, and when it does, it seems to do so accidentally at them, so we're not its primary host or target or anything. It also thrives in fresh waters up to 46 degrees Celsius, which is also reflected in the fact that it tends to occur in more frequency the closer you get to the equator. It also has three phases, those being the cyst, flagellate, and trophozoite phases. And cyst and flagellate phases tend to be less harmful to humans. It's when it enters the trophozoite phase that it can sort of wreak rare but deadly havoc on our brains. So to expand a little bit more on that, as it enters its trophozoite phase, that is usually when it is already burrowed up through the nasal cavity and into the sort of frontal part of the brain, where it causes something known as primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. And what it's doing here inside the brain is, you can see it with its trophozoite phase. It has all these vacuoles, which are used to phagocytize red blood cells, as well as secrete certain toxins that help it digest brain matter. So it causes all of this inflammation within our skulls, where it's in a skull, there's really no place for the swelling to go, so it tends to cause some pretty bad damage. And yeah, it's just not a fun disease. And I will now pass it off to my partner, Giselle, who is going to talk a little bit more about the infection and how people can recover from it.
Recovery for this infection is very, very rare. It has a 97% death rate, and from 1962 to 2021, out of the 143 reported cases, only 4 people survived. One of the survivors was Sebastián de León, who was infected in 2016 when he went swimming in a pond near his home. A few days later, he explained that he had a headache so bad that he couldn't even tolerate people touching him. So when he went to the hospital, they immediately identified symptoms of meningitis. And so when they took a sample of his cerebrospinal fluid, in order to treat this, they administered miltefosine, which is a drug CDC recommends for this amoeba, and other antimicrobials, as well as running tested in hopes that he would someday eventually test negative. Although he survived, as previously mentioned, the death rate is very, very high.